Hello everyone. The PvP guide that you guys requested. I will be going over some simple tactics and two more advanced tactics to use in a fight and how the PvP actually functions. Um just to clarify, I am not the best PvPer out there. I'm not at all. I call myself mediocre at best. But I know what to do. Um I also have some really good testers who help me with PvP, and I've gotten advice from them for this video, so I'll be giving you guys all that information, and hopefully everyone will be able to fight more properly and not feel like they're being overwhelmed. To clarify, I do run the traits adaptive recovery. I think yeah, adaptive recovery and composed guards. I do run those things, and I very strongly recommend, unless you have something already planned. All right, this is in my opinion. People can disagree. Run composed guard. It's genuinely worth it for the playstyle I'm gonna be showing you guys and my playstyle. Um, and it just catches people off guard really badly. Um, so let's get started. Alright, so the first thing we're gonna get into is a block exchange. Block exchanging is where you block their hit, or they block your hit. Just hold that for a quick, Rainy. And then you hold their thing. What blocking does in this game, it slows down the next M1, so just M1 my block real quick. Just keep on warning. As you can see, it slows down the M1s and it drains a whole bunch of stamina. This is why I suggest y'all use Composed Guard, because Composed Guard allows you to block a lot more. So do a block exchange real quick. You can keep doing this, and it's kind of just a parry you don't have to time. Where if you fail your parry, we all know if you fail that parry, you get chunked and you get on cooldown, and they just get a free combo. So that's why I recommend blocking. Blocking, in my opinion, just works a lot better than parrying, because if you get, like I just said, if you get baited with the parry, you're just gonna get comboed. If you get baited with your block, you still have your parry to fall on. You have to pay attention to your block bar though, or your stamina bar when blocking. Otherwise, you will get block broken really easily and will stagger you. So pay attention to that. Another good thing to keep in mind of is you can take advantage of their block. So let me just showcase you exactly what I mean. All right, so Rainy, hit my block and don't block back. So you can do that. Just keep him warning, basically. See, so you can take over there in one combo by blocking, and a lot of people just fail to block back. So they don't block back on time, or they try to go for a parry and they fail, because you get somewhat stunned or put on end lag, which just allows us to abuse it. Now, the next thing I want to go over is parries, to be exact. Parries are, in my opinion, not that great of a thing. Yes, a lot of people rely on them. I don't think you should rely on them. Even I somewhat rely on them, but perfect dodging and block exchanging is just way stronger in this game. That's because when your parry is gone, you just can't escape a combo anymore, and you're just going to eat all that damage for free. Where if your parry is there, people are going to be forced to play mind games with you, which allows you to block and which allows you to block and escape. So what I mean exactly is where a lot of time in my fights, what I see happening is where someone M1s me or I M1 them, and I just kind of look at them waiting for their next action. A lot of people feel composed to parry there. Let me tell you, don't hit that parry button. So hit me real quick and try to like bait my parry. So when someone does that, just block or dash back. Don't wait there trying to parry. Just get out, and get back in. A lot of times what I do is I dash out, dash back in, which allows me to, yeah, bait their parry. And it's just really strong. Just standing there, wasting your parry, will get you comboed. It will get you killed. Don't do it, alright? Now, the next thing I'm going to go over is buffering your ones. What I mean with buffering your ones is you do a 1, 2, and then you do focus strike. Remember, you have a control M1. You hold control, you hold M1, and it'll do a charge attack that I don't know if it can or can't clash. I think it can. But hold in mind, you have this. This tool is really fucking strong. And it baits a lot of people's parry. What a lot of the time what I see happening is I bait 1 or 2 of their ones, and then they parry, and I just get a free move. And with my weapon in particular, I can combo extend off of that. You being ragdolled, I can just combo extend off of you. A lot of builds will allow you to just combo extend off of a critical one. Some won't. It's fine if you can't. A critical one still does a whole bunch of damage. Just do a critical one on me real quick. Yeah, focus strike. 9 damage. Now, hold in mind, I'm very, very tanky against slash. And that's just really good damage. Where do a normal M1. A normal M1 is around the same thing. Bit less though. But your thing can go up to 12. It can go up to 12 damage, which is just insane how much damage it does. Where some of the moves, for example, I think, yeah, flying sword, 9 out of 10 times does less damage than a critical one. It's insane. Now, I'm gonna show you guys some 1v1s to put in practice what I've been telling y'all. So just go. Sliding block breaks. I block it because I block everything. But yeah. See how I block there? That allows me to escape the combo, which therefore allowed me to save a whole bunch of my HP. I fell for his bait there, which therefore allowed me to eat a whole bunch of damage. One second, is this guy gonna jump in? Alright, continue. I'm not doing too well. So what I did there is what I've been saying is I bait their parry, I block when they try to hit me, and boom, combo, insane combo. Hold in mind this guy even has the quicker parry, and he still has to eat all that damage, without being able to get out of it, because no matter what kind of form of parry you have, you will always have to eat an entire combo of damage once you throw that parry. This parry is just a threat. It's legit just a threat that allows you to escape combos without even using it. Alright. So basically, no matter what parry you have, you'll always have to eat all that damage. Also, if you guys don't know what I mean with what parry, there are 4 parry traits, out of my head. There are 4 parry traits. There's red parry, blue parry, purple parry, and, orange parry. Can I parry? There we go. Orange parry is the standard one. Purple parry, do your parry real quick. Purple parry is a lot shorter. but has a lot less cooldown for when you miss it. Blue parry is a lot longer, but has a lot more cooldown when you miss it, and red parry just does more damage on the opponent's stagger bar, I think. Um, I personally, and I will be really honest, do not run any of them. Just run orange parry. But some people like to have purple parry, or some people like to have red parry. I will say here, if you like to have blue parry, you simply just suck at the game. I'm sorry to be real with you, but blue parry will just fuck you up a lot more than it'll help you. Just learn the parry timings, and orange parry will carry you all the way through. Only use blue parry against if you're a PV slot. That's the only time you ever use blue parry. Otherwise, just run purple, red, or orange, depending on your opinion. I personally don't like any of the variations. I just like to run orange. Um, but yeah. Um, Now the last thing I want to go over, weapons. You have several different weapons. So you have piercing, blunt, and slash. Slash is one of the most common resistances to have, as it's one of the most common weapons to have. Resistances got nerfed, for my opinion, but they still work. So it's still important what you make, what set you make. 9 out of 10 times you make a set not for the resistances, but for their perk. But keep in mind the resistances. Um, Now, what I see a lot of people do is just throw out their crit whenever. No. Your crit will be the same no matter what. You can swap out your moves, however. Um, where your crit can be an essential tool of your combo, it can also just be something you throw out, which what I see a lot of people do, which is just bad. For example, what I do is flying sword into my crit. This is an insane damage. This is insane damage. Gives me a whole bunch of pose, which I'm a pose build, and it just allows me to do a shit ton more damage than if I were just to throw out my crit. I do sometimes just throw out my crit. That's to catch my enemy off guard, and to get some more poise, because as you can see, it gives me 6 poise, and it's necessary sometimes to have that poise up for extra damage in my ones. So yes, I also do sometimes throw it out, but 9 out of 10 times I will always use it after flying sword or extreme edge. Um, it's essential to always have a gap closer in your build. For example, I've catch breath. Um, I see a lot of people use fiery wields nowadays on Liu builds. I personally don't like fiery wields, but it's up to y'all what you do with your gap closers, as long as you have a gap closer. What's also important is that you have 2 main combo tools, 1 big damage move, and 1 counter. You can choose to not run a counter, but I personally just think a counter is always there because, for example, Rainy, slide attack me real quick. You can counter slides. It's just free damage for 1 light. Now, there are even parries, for example, You're Too Slow, that allows you to just get a free combo because they tried to slide attack you. That's insane. I think counters are the most underrated things in this game, and they're insanely strong. You can counter everything. Every single thing in this game is counterable, alright? I personally always use a counter on when they slide me, or I block it like an idiot and get hit by it, but counters are insanely strong. Use them, please. What I mean with a big damage move, I always suggest you have something in your build that has a lot of light. For example, I have overthrow. Why? These more cost, they cost more light for a reason. That means they either do a whole bunch of damage, or they give you something extra. For example, overthrow. I can get the light. It's 5 light. Overthrow, for example, gives me a whole bunch of poise. And where is my dice up? It didn't give me dice up. Nice. It's meant to give you dice up. Or they just shadow nerfed it, but basically it's meant to give you dice up, or it consumes it in its own thing. I don't know, but it's just extra damage, and light is so easy to get in this game. If you gives me paralyze, yeah, it gives a whole bunch of things, um, and it's just insane to always have something with high cost because light is easy to get when you're in wanting and doing things like that. You don't realize how much light you're getting. All right, everyone. I hope this helped you somewhat. If it's still vague or you still need more information, I'll be live in like 3 hours. Let me check. In like 4 hours, I'll be live. Um, and I'll be answering questions. I'll be just ganking, fighting people. I'm even willing to give away some of the items I have. I have several slots with items. Um, just ask away. Come hang out, and yeah, just join the stream if you wanna. Um, and I'll even be willing to teach y'all one on one or have y'all hop into my server so I can teach you more. But yeah, no, I hope you found this video helpful. If you didn't, let me know or just join the stream. I'll help y'all more. Like, subscribe if you found it useful. If not, then don't. Hope y'all have a nice day wherever you are, and see you at the stream or see you next time.